All right, we are live. So, if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. If you are watching this on Twitch, make sure to hit us up in the chat. I'm gonna be messing with this thing all night because I don't like where it's at. Yeah, I really hate this. Hold on, I gotta move this. I apologize. I feel like I'm not talking to it. There, that's better. You can still not see that I don't have pants on, so I'm cool with that. So
Did you just say you don't have pants on?
what? I don't know what you're talking about. So tonight's episode, your microphone's screwing up again.
I give up on life.
He's not being serious.
So tonight's episode, we are going over our top 5 favorite feats. Now, I'm sure I don't know how you guys picked yours, but I picked mine based off of the ones that I like to use. I also didn't pick, I tried to pick traits that anybody can use, so that pretty much got rid of like the race only traits, like the tiefling traits, human traits. They're cool, but like not everybody can grab them. And I kind of picked mine based off of like use for almost every character that I would play, depending on the kind of character that I would play. But I think they're good feats for all characters, all classes across the board. That being said, I did not pick Lucky because I'm sure that it's on one of your guys' lists.
I don't have a list because I don't know enough about feats to judge them.
God damn it, Becky.
Hey, I've only made like 2 characters by myself, so Brennan's the one that put all that in.
And I don't think you've ever gotten a character high enough level to get a feat anyway. They're normally dead by level 3.
Normally.
So we can talk about feats. So, so yeah, that's my choices. But let's talk about feats, just in general, right?
Yes.
So we can start there. So basically, feats in 5e are a little different than what they were in like 3.5. 3.5 you had a lot more feats, and you could get feats based off of like your character race and class and everything else. But in 5, they say it's an optional rule. I don't know anybody that doesn't use it. But a feat kind of represents a certain talent or skill that you would have, and basically what you're doing when you get a feat is you're foregoing getting your ability score modifier. So instead of an ability score modifier, you can choose a feat, which just amplifies an ability that you have or gives you an ability that you want, depending on which feat you pick. There's feats for pretty much everything.
I think that's probably why I never take them, because I'm more worried about getting like my wisdom up.
Yeah, and most players will. I personally like to choose feats over ability score, improvement, only because I like the flavor more. Like there's nothing wrong with taking your 2. That's trust me, that's fine. But you have some feats in there that you'll still get an ability score improvement. You know what I mean? You'll get like a +1 to whatever, and then you'll get a little bit of an ability, a little bit of a I don't not a modifier, but oh,
Oh, she died.
Becky died again. Oh, there she is. Um, so using the optional roll, uh, you forego using the jeez, I'm having a time tonight. You forgo the ability score improvement, and then you just kind of pick something that you want to be better in. Tell you the truth, I don't even know because I left my handbook unfortunately at Becky's house.
What do you
I
want
have
me?
So just out of the handbook, how many feats are there?
44 to 43 to 44. I counted quick.
Yeah, there's a shit ton, and then Xanathar's guide then adds, I believe, 15 more. Most of, actually, all of them, you have to have the prerequisite is what race you are. Where a good chunk of the feats don't have a prerequisite. And then Unearthed Arcana, there are a metric shit ton as well. There are also, I believe there are 2 new feats in Eberron.
I don't know.
It is Revenant Blade and Aberrant Dragon Mark, which I have no idea. I'm just looking at them now. So those did not make my list. There's also, it looks like there's also one in Mordenkainen's Tomb of Foes. There's also one in there. Looks like it is on page 114. And I'm not even trying to read that, but it's for a gnome, a deep gnome, getting them deep. So
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't look that deep into it.
yeah, I just kind of like I wanted, when I look for a feat, I kind of like things that whoa, what the hell? Sorry about that. I kind of look for things that um, anybody can use. You know what I mean? So
I think I might actually have a feat with Hemlock.
it is possible. It's definitely possible.
I think my character sheet's on the other computer.
Um, I'm trying to. There we go. Yeah. So, I mean, you normally get your feet at what level? I want to say 4, 5, 4.
Uh,
Jesus. I
5,
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
5. The ability score improvement comes at level 5, I believe.
Oh, no, it's 4, 8, 12, 16, I think.
Standard, but your rogues and your fighters get them a metric shit ton more. So
Yeah.
um, yeah. So
Then no, I don't have one with Hemlock, but I think I am taking one.
well, also take into consideration, yeah, because you're an elf, so you wouldn't get it either. But the variant human, I believe, starts off with 1. Um,
Yes.
but I might be wrong, but I think that's the only race that gets the ability to choose a feat at first level, um, which is pretty awesome. But going back to my uh, discussion that I had about racism, I'm not a huge fan of playing a human. I play one every day. Um, so yeah, uh,
I play one every day.
I pretend to be one every day. Um,
Barely.
so
Barely.
I guess, Becky, if you want to look over the list, you can find it pretty easy. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of websites that you can find them on. But
Yeah, I know. I know. I've looked at a couple um, before. Like I know there's like an archery one. I don't know what it's called though.
We'll get into that one. I know what you. I think I know what the one you're talking about.
Because
so
I think I took that with my rogue I was going to play. I
okay.
think that's where I got confused. That never got to get played. My mouse.
Oh yeah, yeah.
8:45.
So I guess we'll roll right into our picks. So Josh, pick number 5. What is it? Why did you pick it? Explain it.
My number 5 is kind of basic, bitch. Lucky. It's just a good one for anyone. It's very common. There's no. It's a good one to have if you want to take a feat, but you're scared of the other ones.
Yeah, I like it. But like if you go online, it's on everybody's um if you go online, it's on everybody's list. You know what I mean? Lucky.
Right.
I just I personally uh I personally it's cool, but eh, I
I
think
just
that
knew you would have been a rebel and not picked it,
yeah, it's
and
not.
I feel like it's a dishonor to at least not talk about it a tiny bit.
I mean, it's definitely one of my honorable mentions. You know what I mean? But So basically, I mean, it's pretty damn powerful. Do you want to explain what it is, Josh, or do you want me to read it?
I can read it. Give me 1 sec. Let me pull it up.
And then as far as Becky, like you were saying with the archery thing, you have like crossbow expert. You have
Yeah, I looked it up.
um, there's a few good ones.
I think I was talking about the crossbow expert.
Yeah, crossbow expert's nice, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah. So, lucky. You have 3 luck points. Whenever you make an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, you can spend 1 luck point to roll an additional d20. You can choose to spend 1 of your luck points after you roll the die, but before the outcome is determined. You choose which of the d20 is used for the attack roll, check, or saving throw. You can also spend 1 luck point when an attack roll is made against you. Roll a 20 and choose whether the attack uses the attacker's roll or yours. If more than one creature spends a luck point to influence the outcome of the roll, the points cancel each other out. No additional dice are rolled. You regain the points after a long rest.
Yep. Again, it's cool. I think there's other things that are a little bit cooler.
Yeah, but it's good if you're like a really unlucky person normally.
Yeah.
Just, a tip for you there, Becky.
Yeah, like I said, it didn't make my cut simply because of it's on everybody's list, and you know how I am. So, um, sorry, Tony, I did not even see that you were chatting in there. I was reading something.
Yeah, he's all about the feats.
Yeah, he is.
Is that your Pikachu? It's beautiful.
Little
Is it
feats,
for me?
big feats,
Thank
stinky
you.
feats.
You did. Thank you.
Um,
Drop
so,
read or something, okay?
so um, for me coming in at number 5, the reason that I picked this is because I don't care if you're a barbarian, a fighter, a paladin, almost anybody in the game can use a crossbow. And being able to use that crossbow up close and personal is really nice. So my number 5 is actually crossbow expert. Um, Basically, you ignore the loading quality of crossbows with which you're proficient in. Um, Beginning with 5 feet. Wait, being within 5 feet of a hostile character does not impose disadvantage on your range attack, which is really nice.
Shoot him in that dick.
Yep, should put it right under their face and let one rip. And when you use the attack action and attack with a one-handed weapon, you can use your bonus action to attack with a loaded hand crossbow. So like you can go in there with like a nice little short sword, start ripping shit up, and then bink. I just think this is also a useful feat for a paladin who really doesn't have range unless that's what he chose. You know what I mean? It gives the ability to use those crossbows a little bit more versatile than just, oh, that thing's flying out of my range. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, I think the thought process behind having the disadvantage at close range is unless you're really good with a crossbow, um, it's going to be hard to get a shot off. Right, but then you're talking about range versus uh, your melee attack. So, you know, it's kind of the same concept of I mean, realistically, what it's really helping out with is uh, that heavy crossbow. Because now, guess what? You gotta worry about reload.
Yeah.
And within 5 feet, you're swinging around a heavy crossbow. It's easy to knock a crossbow out of somebody's hands. It's easy to get around a crossbow. Hand crossbow, not so much, uh, but it gives you that ability to take that little range shot too, if you know what I mean. Um, so yeah, that's my number 5. That's why I chose that. It's pretty much good for every character. That way you get a little bit of range in there.
I found one that I would probably use.
What's that, Becky?
The ritual caster for sorcerer.
Ritual caster. That is not on my list, so we can talk about that.
Uh, yeah. You get a little book, a spell book with ritual spells in it.
Yeah, and it also gives you the ability to cast ritual spells as
Right.
a ritual, which is nice for those that can't cast ritual spells as a ritual. Um, um,
And most of the time you can also, like, if you see a written ritual spell, you can copy it into your book and you can use it then. Most of the time. Which is nice.
yeah, yeah, ritual spellcaster is pretty good, but I mean, I would expect you to pick that because you're 90% of the time you're a spellcaster, so that would be
Yeah.
good for you. There's a lot of really good feats for spellcasters. I think I have one for that
See,
would
and
be.
I just didn't even realize that they really existed for spellcasters. I always thought it was more for like melee or ranged.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
no.
we'll get into some good ones.
This opens up a whole new world for us.
Yeah. Um though real quick. Yeah, it's an interesting choice. Just one that I don't know if it's on your list, Jesse, so I'm gonna mention it, but honorable mention for me is Elemental Adept.
It is not.
Okay. Because this is I like this one and it almost made my list, but it's just where when you gain this feat, choose one of the following damage types: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. Spells you cast ignore resistance to damage of the chosen types. In addition, when you roll damage for a spell you cast that deals this damage, you can treat any one on a damage die as a 2. And you can choose it multiple times, and each time you can choose a different damage type.
Yep. So like, if you're doing a elemental, any kind of elemental caster, you could literally just choose this over and over and over again, and be like the fucking avatar on crack. Yeah, that's a pretty cool one. Again, I mean, I kind of figured that you guys would go more castery because I'm not huge into casters. I enjoy it. I enjoy my casters a little bit, but not nearly as much as you guys do. I like it. I like getting up and dirty.
Not me. I like staying back, casting my spells, watching other people get the shit beat out of them. Kind of one of my kinks.
Yeah, it's really throwing me off playing that bard.
Oh my gosh, that's why you like to watch me die all the time.
Oh yeah, it really threw me off playing the bard for the first because I really wanted to like run up in there when we were playing your game, Josh. I wanted to run up in there so bad, and then I was like, oh yeah,
Right.
I'm squishy. I'm not doing that.
That never stopped me.
Yeah, I know. That's why you re-roll characters every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Yeah,
like I would have with torrent eventually. I would have put that as I would have taken cold because he likes using, water and ice magic.
yeah. Um, Josh, did you say your number 4 or
No,
Becky?
we were just talking about
Uh, well,
the honorable mentions.
okay. Becky, is since we already did our number 5, is there another one that you want to talk about that maybe if you have questions about it or anything like that, we could do that too.
No, I'm good. You guys go for it. If I find anything, I'll just throw it in.
Okay. Josh, go ahead and give me your number 4.
You might be a little shocked by this. Um,
Actor.
no, great weapon master.
Yeah. Nope. Again, it's didn't make my list.
Yeah, I just like it. Like I like the whole, yeah, take a 5 penalty, but if you hit, you like become a freaking tank. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great feat and you can stack them with other feats. I think that's the
yeah,
cool thing. You can stack a lot of these feats, you know. Like everybody knows the whole uh, polearm mastery and sentinel, you know.
yep,
You never get hit. You literally never get hit as long as you can keep hitting. Um, yeah, great weapon fighting is a hell of a choice. I mean, realistically, um, if you get did you sorry Josh, I missed it. Did you read that already?
no, I was finding it.
Yep, go ahead. Did you find it?
Um, yeah.
Okay.
It says you've learned to put the weight of a weapon to your advantage, letting the momentum empower your strikes. You gain the following benefits. On your turn, when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon and reduce a creature to 0 hit points with one, you can make one melee weapon attack as a bonus action. Before you make a melee attack with a heavy weapon that you are proficient with, you can choose to take a 5 penalty to the attack roll. If the attack hits, you can add +10 to the attack's damage.
I could really see this um, for a paladin, but like all I'm saying is barbarian, rage, reckless, great weapon. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you're already doing your reckless, so you're already getting advantage. So it gives you a higher chance of critting, and then once you get that crit, you get the second hit. And depending on your strength modifier, yeah, I'll take a -5.
Yeah, especially like if your 2 hit is like already a 20, like when you roll a 1.
Well, I mean, right there is what I mean. Like you're not gonna stack. you're not going to stack all 5, right? So, but you can't. I mean, there's really not too many that you can stack the whole way up to 5. I mean, you could. It's just. Yeah, there's really not that many feats that stack. I mean, there's the ones that we know, plus the racial feats. There's a couple in there that you can stack to do like one crazy, one crazy bit of damage. You know what I mean? Um, stupid stuff like I said, barbarian, reckless, uh, while raging, great weapon master, and lucky. I'm just gonna pretty much pick that I'm gonna hit you real hard.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, um, yeah, I dig it. I like the feat, and if I ever played a barbarian, you bet your ass that's what I'd be getting. Yeah, polearm sentinel, you can't get hit. Yeah, like just back up 5 feet, they come at you, hit them, back up 5 feet, hit them. I mean, as long as you continuously hit them, they can't even touch you. Because anytime they come into your range or out of your range, you're hitting them with that juicy little sentinel. Which none of those made my list. Um, I like using my feats as supplementary. You know what I mean? Like, again, crossbow expert. If I'm a paladin, I don't really have too much range. I can do a javelin or something like that, but supplementary. um, so my number 4 goes with that whole supplementary thing, and for the same reason as crossbow, um, magic initiate. That is my number 4. Uh, because it's really nice to have a couple of nice little cantrips that you can whip out when you're slugging away at people up close. And a lot of damage dealing cantrips level with you no matter what you are.
What was that one called?
It's called Magic Initiate. So you choose a class: Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Warlock, or Wizard. You can learn 2 cantrips of your choice from the class's spell list, and in addition, you choose 1 spell from the same list. You learn that spell, and you cast it at it. You can only, excuse me, you can only cast it at its lowest level. But once you cast it, you must finish a long rest before you can cast it again. So it just kind of gives you that for that level 1 spell. It just kind of gives you that little ability, like Hellish Rebuke for a tiefling. Your spellcasting ability for these scores depends on the class you choose, though. So, charisma for bards, sorcerers, and warlocks, wisdom for clerics and druids, and intelligence for wizards. So, so basically, I'm playing a paladin in the Sunday games. I can pick up Magic Initiate and get Eldritch Blast, which is going to level with me anyway. So the higher level I am, and it's charisma based, so it's not hurting my paladin at all.
I don't even know what I am anymore.
On which game? You're
Sunday.
On Sunday, you're Big Blue.
Yeah, but what is Big Blue? I don't even know. I'd have to go look.
Druid?
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm a druid.
Yeah. That's what I
Dear
thought.
Lord. There's too many running through my head at one time. I found another one that seems really awesome, but in reality makes no sense.
Okay, talk to me.
Inspiring leader.
Yep. Actually, that's pretty good.
So, yeah, it sounds like it's great. You know, you can help your party a lot, but who has 10 minutes before a battle to help their party? You don't.
So you can spend 10 minutes inspiring your companions, shoring up the resolve for the fight. When you do so, choose up to 6 friendly creatures, including yourself, within 30 feet of you that can hear you and can understand you. Each creature gains temporary hit points equal to your level and your plus your charisma modifier. That creature can't gain temporary hit points from this feat again until the finish of a long rest. What this means is, when we wake up and we're about to go into battle, or we're about to go anywhere, I can give a good old speech and boister everybody up. It's not literally like, oh, there's a monster in the next room. Let me tell you a story. It's the beginning. You would use this at the beginning of the day, because those temporary hit points don't go away until you lose them.
Oh, okay. Then it makes more sense then.
Yeah, I mean that's how I would use it. God knows
Yeah.
there's 100 different ways of doing it. Right. So. Right. There's no there's no duration on the hit points, but you have to spend 10 minutes inspiring your companions, which is again easy to do. You could do it while you're walking. You know what I mean?
Think of like any movie that they're storming the castle and the huge speech that they always give right before.
They may take our pride, but they'll never take our freedom.
Yeah, basically.
Damn it, Henrietta should have had that. She was like the fearless leader.
Moving on.
Whatever happened to her?
She died.
I know.
By biting somebody's throat.
Yeah, exactly.
I do so well on the online games, and then in real life, it's just bad. I have no self-control.
You don't. And it only gets worse when we sit at the table. It really
It does.
For everybody, it only gets worse.
It doesn't matter which table though either, because I'm just as bad at my house, if not
No,
worse.
I'm bad at playing at the table at your place. But like realistically, I mean, we play online, with Josh's campaign, but there's just something about sitting at the table and in real life being an asshole that I find fun.
That's correct, Anthony. I am not drinking.
So Josh, let's do your number 3. I'll do my number 3, and then we'll take a quick break.
Okay.
Okay.
My number 3, because I am a lover of spells, is Spell Sniper.
Oh, that was on my list.
You didn't have a list. Shut up.
Yeah, well, that's good. We can talk about smell stiper. Jesus Christ. Spell
Apparently Becky might not have been drinking, but...
Yeah, apparently I'm the one drinking. Go ahead, Josh.
So this is... you have learned techniques to enhance your attacks with certain kinds of spells, gaining the following benefits. When you cast a spell that requires you to make an attack roll, the spell's range is doubled, which is awesome. Your ranged spell attacks ignore half cover and 3/4 cover. And you learn one cantrip that requires an attack roll. Choose the cantrip from Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Warlock, or Wizard. Your spell casting ability for this cantrip depends on the spell. So same as magic initiate. But freaking like Ray of Frost. I think it already has like a 60 feet to like 120 feet Ray of Frost.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Tony, yes. If this was the only one that I wanted, if Eldritch Blast was the only cantrip that I wanted, I could use this to pick that. The only thing that I don't like about this one is, and it's kind of the same with any of the sniper feats. So like it's that range, right? Like 60 to 120 feet, cool. Anything outside of that, like why? Why do I need to shoot that thing like 600 feet? I can't even see that far.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned Ray of Frost, because Ray of Frost is 60, and when you hit them with it, it slows them. So it's a great thing to get extra chip damage in, is if they're like running towards you.
No, it's a cool feat. Don't get me wrong by any means. But yeah, I mean.
Yeah, Eldritch Blast, 240 feet.
Yeah, and like you're saying, you basically ignore cover. So it's cool. It's a cool cantrip or feat. Jesus Christ, I'm not with it tonight. It is. I like it.
Oh, I do actually have a feat.
Now you're gonna have to wait because you already went your turn. You're gonna have to wait till we come back from break.
That's fine. I'm just saying. I look.
So for me, one of my favorite feats, and this one is on a lot of lists, but I enjoy this immensely. Always on the lookout for danger. You gain the following benefits with alert: a +5 bonus to initiative. Doesn't matter what you are, right? If you're squishy, you get a +5. Get the fuck out of there. You can't be surprised while you're conscious, and other creatures do not gain advantage on attack rolls against you as a result of being hidden. Yes, please. This is good for every single character.
Yeah, I think so.
Across the board. I am gonna put my honorable mention in here because it was between these two. But the next one, my honorable mention is also on a lot of lists, but I wanted to pick one or the other.
Sharp.
Yeah. Observant. Quick to notice details. You increase your intelligence or wisdom by 1 to a max of 20. You can see creatures. You can basically read lips. And then you have a +5 to your passive perception and investigation scores.
Is that the one? Isn't that the one that you went with your character in my game? Your variant?
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot he was a human. Oh, I feel so dirty.
You are dirty.
A human fucking bard. What have I become?
Well, he's a variant, so
He's probably one of my favorite characters that I've played so far, though.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah, that's mainly why. Like, it's just the character. But yeah. So that's my honorable mention. I enjoy that feat. Uh, so, I mean, more than likely the next one I get is going to be alert, but that's just. Um, um, yeah, that's just me. That's just me. Move this over here real quick because I can't see. Sorry, this is gonna throw everybody off for a minute, but so that I can see, so I can see the chat. Um, yeah, so that's my top three, or bottom three, for my top five. Let's take a break. I think it's about that time.
Sounds good.
So we'll be back in like 5-10 minutes. And we are back. No, Becky, stop.
I can't help it. I like what I like.
Um,
Oh, I'm getting yelled at by Layla. She's like, I'm trying to sleep, Mom.
How dare you?
We'll do it. Love.
So, the needle pulling thread. We are back, and we are at the bottom two. Bottom two choices. If you guys in the chat have anything to say, make sure that you go ahead and just type it in there. We're more than happy to discuss anything that you would like. Becky, is there anything that you wanna talk about, ask questions about, anything like that?
Yeah, so I actually do have a feat as Hemlock. I was
Okay.
right. I went and got my character sheet.
Oh,
I have
nice.
Elven Accuracy.
That is a trait.
But it says it's a feat on my sheet.
Oh, okay. Elven accuracy. So from Xanathar's Guide, how did you get that already?
I don't know. You checked my character sheet and said it was okay. And Brandon looked over my character sheet and said it was okay.
No, that is a feat.
It is a feat.
Could it be something to do with a Gloomstalker?
I'll have to look.
Maybe.
I'll have to look. Maybe. I don't know.
But yeah, so I have that one. Which seems pretty cool.
What kind of elf are you?
I'm a wood elf. And I'm thick. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, no worries. So while she's gone,
What are you saying?
she's a level 3 in the Sunday games. Because when you die or the Monday games, so when you die in my campaign, you drop a level if you want to come back. So Josh.
Yeah.
Give me that number 2.
All right. My number 2 is Warcaster.
Yeah, good feat.
I like Warcaster. So this says, you have practiced casting spells in the midst of combat, learning techniques that grant you the following benefits. You have advantage on Constitution saving throws that you make to maintain your concentration on a spell when you take damage.
Yep.
You can perform somatic components of spells even when you have weapons or a shield in one or both hands.
Yep.
And my favorite part, when a hostile creature's movement provokes an opportunity attack from you, you can use your reaction to cast a spell at the creature rather than making an opportunity attack. The spell must have a casting time of 1 action and must target only that creature.
You can't use Booming Blade because Booming Blade targets 2 creatures, I believe. But I have to look.
No, it says against 1 creature within the spell's range.
Plus, you have to. See, Booming Blade's a weird one because as a part of your act. So, yeah, I am thinking Green Flame. Yeah, you'd be able to use Booming Blade because as a part of your action, To cast the spell, you have to make a melee attack. Um, so you could use it. Yep, definitely use that.
And what was that one called?
Booming Blade. We were talking about Warcaster. On a hit, the target suffers the normal effects and becomes booming energy until the start of the next turn. If the targeted willing creature moves, takes 1d8 thunder damage when the spell ends. Yes. Yes, and again, this would be something that I would pick as, like, if I went with Magic Initiate, Booming Blade is definitely another good one. Eldritch Blast and Booming Blade. All I'll ever need. And then a level 1 Warlock spell. Right, but it's as a part of the spell. So you're casting the spell. And as a part of the spell, based on how it's worded here, based on how it's worded in the book, you're using the attack. You're using the attack to cast Booming Blade. Therefore, the effect would still last.
Yeah, and since it's an opportunity attack, they are already moving.
Yep.
So you can't really be canceled out after you cast the spell.
Yeah, that's what I would say anyway. Yep, that's what I would say. I would say it's a part of the spell. So, yeah, Warcaster definitely. I mean, if you're a caster and don't have Warcaster, like, there has to be a pretty good reason. You should definitely have Warcaster. If nothing else, just for the advantage on Constitution saving throws. I mean, that's a big deal. So my number 2, I think, is one of the most underrated feats in the game.
Skilled?
No. That did not make my list, but I love that feat too. Healer. The healer
yeah.
feat.
Oh, I was looking at that one earlier.
Yeah, because you can basically use a healer's kit to stabilize a dying creature, and they regain 1 hit point. So not only do you stabilize them, but you get them to wake up. And as an action, you can spend 1 use of your healing kit to 10 to wounds. It's a 1d6 plus 4 additional hit points to the creature's maximum number of hit dice. The creature can regain hit points from this feature. This creature can't regain hit points from this feature again until they finish a long or short rest. You basically have, and a healer's kit has 10 uses. So you basically have a shit ton of really cheap healing potions. Like, this is a no-brainer for me. Especially if you don't have a healer in the group. Like one member of the party should have this and my number one. My number one choice and healer, nobody's gonna die.
Yeah, right.
Except for Becky. Because she attunes to a heart that's in a box where the DM says, don't attune to that. No, I think I'm going to attune to that. Don't attune to that. Jesse, what do you think? I think you should attune to it. Why would you ever listen to me? I don't know, but... And then you're dead.
It reminds me to put something in a box for her.
So that is my number 2. Definitely my number 2. Yes. So
Becky, another interesting one that you want to talk about?
I don't think so. 'Cause I've used Lucky before. But we already talked about Lucky.
yeah.
I always take feats and then I forget I have them.
All right, we ready for our number 1?
Yeah, I guess let's get right into it.
All right. Well, Jesse, screw you, because you already said my number 1, and that is Magic Initiative. Because I love that. I love that beat.
Yeah, and even just the idea of, like, let's say you're a druid and you just want more druid cantrips. I'm just gonna take that.
I mean, like, that's the one Torrent picked. So, not only did I have Frostbite, which was great, but I dipped into Wizard and got Ray of Frost as well.
Yeah.
So, disadvantage or slow them. And then, of course, I picked Chromatic Orbs because I just wanted to throw a giant ice ball at people.
Yeah, it's probably like one of my favorite spells right there, the Chromatic Orb. I like that spell a lot.
Chaos Bolt is fun too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what helped kill Alby.
Yeah, Magic Initiative. There's so many things you can do with it. So many things. Like I said, it's almost good for everybody. You know what I mean? Especially depending on your stats. All right. Well, I will go to my number 1 because, like I said, I never thought it would be one of my favorites until I used it. And then even when I had it, I didn't use it nearly as much as I could have, but I used it a lot. And you're exceptionally speedy and agile with the mobile feat.
I was wondering if that was going to be on yours.
Yeah, I love that feat. It not only do you increase your overall speed by 10 feet, but when you use the dash action on difficult, we lost Becky again. But when you use the dash action on difficult terrain, it costs you no extra movement. There she is. But this is my favorite part. When you make a melee attack against a creature, you do not provoke an attack of opportunity from the creature for the rest of the turn, whether it hits or not. So, you're a monk or you're a fighter. You can literally just start running through groups of people, swinging, and even if you don't hit, you're still just running. You alright over there, Becky? Oh, Becky. Okay. I don't know what's going on. So like I said, most creatures have a movement of 30 feet. So even with a regular fighter, you're getting that extra 10 feet, and gives you that ability to move around and do some other things. You know what I mean? Like, oh, your buddy just went down. Well, I'm gonna swing on this fool, and then I'm gonna come over with my healer's feet, and I'm gonna defend you, but I'm also gonna try to heal you on my next turn.
Right.
You know, I thoroughly enjoy the mobile feat. So that is my choices. Whether you agree or disagree, doesn't matter. You're not making my characters shut up. Nobody cares.
As Eugene says from the Try Guys when he does ranking, I'm right, you're wrong, shut up.
So yeah, I guess that was our discussion on feats. Becky, are you there yet?
Nope, apparently not.
Yeah. So, but there are a bunch of cool ones. For obviously some. Especially in Xanathar's guide, you get a lot of racial feats, and I know as a DM, one thing that I do like to do, if especially because like on the live table, I kind of do it milestone based, sort of, kind of, sort of. But one thing that I do like the idea of is, you kill a big bad, and as a reward, you get a boon, which can be a feat. You know what I mean? Just adds a little
Yeah.
spice. Adds a little spice. Doesn't break your character. An extra feat doesn't break your character. Just throw it in. Throw it in as something. That's me. Jeez, Tony, that looks like definitely a fighter.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because the reality is, I would not choose like all 5 of these feats for the same character. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I might, but chances are I wouldn't. I mean, I could, if I, like my bard, for instance. This is perfect for everything that my bard does, right? Mobile, I can get around a little bit better. I would probably take them in a different order though than what I chose. Right? I think mobile would be my first one just so I could get out of dodge. Then go with alert just because of how my character is. Um, I don't know that I would take magic initiate. I may. Um, crossbow I could. And healer I definitely could. But I would probably, again, I already have the observant feat, so, um, yeah, feats always get me though, that's what screwed me on our last one-off. So I'm looking at those feats like, no, it was backgrounds. Backgrounds screw me too.
Yeah. Not that we needed you to have a whole bunch because I blew up everyone's head. So
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we were gonna fight something a little stronger.
yeah, me too. That's why we killed Alby and Becky.
Yep. Have a little bit more fun with it.
Can you hear me now?
There you are.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. The only thing that I don't like using at my tables personally as a DM is Unearthed Arcana feats. Once they publish it, like once Wizards of the Coast publish it in a book, I'm fine with it, but I don't like using Unearthed Arcana anything. But that's just personally. Because they tend to be either overwhelming or underwhelming. Right, that's the other thing. There's like 8,000 Unearthed Arcana feats. The only thing that I'll use that is Unearthed Arcana that I know that I'm okay with using is backgrounds, because your background's not gonna break your background's not gonna break anything. Yeah, nope. Um, yeah, feats are cool. You can do a lot of stuff with feats. But obviously my paladin would take different feats than my bard. Um, but I mean, realistically, it doesn't have to either. You know what I mean? Um, so they're nice. I think it gives a little bit more flavor than here. Um, add these two points wherever you want them. Now, if my stats are like absolute shit, then yeah, I'm taking the points. But as long as I got like 2 good stats, I'm cool. So Josh, what is our conversation for next Wednesday?
Let's see. Let's see. The next thing in the book, unless we want to talk about multi-class, is adventuring. So movement, speed, activities while traveling.
Let's touch on multi-class. We can touch on multi-class.
Today or next week?
Next week, I think. It's almost 10 o'clock. We'll call it an early one this week.
All right, yeah.
But I think what we do is we'll talk about multi-class. Obviously, we'll just talk about multi-class, so what the prerequisites are to be able to multi-class into everything, and then let's do what do you think? We'll do five. We'll do five multi-classes that we would like to do.
Okay.
So we'll do multi-classing, um, explanation, and how that all works, and then we'll choose five multi-classes that we think would be cool or we would like to play.
And let's do one like of the worst that we can think of. That just sounds like fun.
All right, I can do that.
I will not do that. I won't be there.
Are you not going to be here next Wednesday?
No, we'll be out of town.
Oh, cool. Where are you guys going?
I have to pick the kids up from Knoebels.
Oh, nice.
Do you have
Nice for
to
them.
though?
Yeah, do you have to?
Maybe we'll see. The weekend with Grandma, you know.
I mean, it sounds like Grandma got it handled, so.
Oh,
Oh,
Tony,
it got worse.
Tony
You didn't
says,
hear.
Anthony says 3 up, 2 down. So you mean 3 good ones, 2 bad ones?
We can do that.
I'm okay with that.
What is that? Multi-classing?
Yep.
There's only one way to go, Cleric Bard.
Oh.
Remember when I was gonna do that?
Oh.
It's bad enough. I can't keep one class straight. How am I supposed to keep two?
I'm not even joking about what I want to do, like for my bad ones, because I have some ringers. I think I have some ringers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, guys, it's close to 10 o'clock. So you guys have any questions from the chat, or you guys want to talk about anything before we roll out?
Just have fun Friday without me.
Right. We're gonna have to get another player.
Darn.
Yeah, we're gonna see about switching the schedule up a little bit too, because things are happening at work with us too. So
Yeah.
we'll have to figure some stuff out. But that being said, yeah, guys, as always, it was fun. Those of you in the chat, or those of you that are watching the pre-taped, actually, by the time you get to the pre-taped, it's like probably another week because we are slammed with videos right now. So I'm trying to pump them out as fast as I can. We're gonna be changing some stuff around. We're gonna be posting some stuff on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter with some of the crafting stuff that we're doing. A couple shots of the room and the tables, I think. Alby came over and did a couple of shots. Tomorrow I will be doing, I know it says terrain on the schedule, but I'm actually going to be painting mine and Alby's character for the Sunday games. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So stop in, hang out, chat with me a
Alby's
little bit.
character for Sunday?
Izzy's, god damn it. Every time.
Like, oh, is Alby coming to my house?
So I'll be painting Izzy's character for the Sunday game, as well as my own. Unfortunately, we don't air that one. I have some plans for that though.
My God.
That's in the works. I just need one or two more pieces of equipment.
You know, the person's house permission. Mm-hmm.
No, no.
He says no.
Um, yeah, no. I figured out. I'll explain. All I want to do is videotape it and then draw cartoons to it, and then make YouTube videos. But we'll see how that goes because it's not like I'm not busy now. Mainly just because of the shit that we say. So anyway, yeah, it gets bad. But I have to prep some minis before tomorrow, and gotta upload some stuff on the tubes. Yeah, I had a blast, guys. Anthony, thanks for hopping in the chat and chatting with us. Yeah, send me that file because I am in the process of printing. So you can either send it to me or send it to Brandon.
Brandon will be printing Summers tomorrow, so if he wants it to send it to Brandon, he can probably throw it on with Summers.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Send that to Brandon like ASAP, and then you'll have it for the Sunday game. Because you want to try to paint it yourself, yeah. It takes a minute. Anyway, so guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for chatting, and yeah, we'll do multi-classing next week, and hopefully I'll have a little bit more organization to this chaos that is happening because I still am not happy with where things are.
Oh my God, Jesse.
I'm just not. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I don't like where the camera sits because oh yeah, there's a lot. I can't find anything because I still didn't organize all the shelves because I'm just working on producing content instead of organizing and cleaning. So that's the thing. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys. You guys are normally in the chats when I'm painting and doing stuff. So everybody else, thanks for hanging out, and we will see you later. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, internets. Peace.